massive problem with Season 9 and what on earth happened to the live event. And I'm also going to be going through how you guys can get a Season 9 Battle Pass for free. So if you are interested in that, watch the whole video. Also, subscribe. Now, ever since Season 9 came out only a couple days ago, the players have been really divided on whether they like or dislike the new season. The new season added a bunch of different things, but it also removed a few core mechanics as well, and one of them being the forging system. If you are unaware, if you are like a new player and only started playing this season, the forging system basically allowed the players to get different sorts of weapons that would do different things. And the Bedwars developers decided that they would remove it for this season and revert everyone back to the regular sword. And people have really mixed opinions on this. Some people really liked the forge and argued that it added balance to the game, and others didn't like the variety of weapons because they felt it was too overpowered. Now, to be honest, guys, I have a pretty mutual stance on this. I am not pro forge or against the forge. I am sort of mutual on it. I quite like the idea of having the forge, but I also don't mind using the regular sword as well. However, I feel like the forge, since it does add a variety of weapons, it takes some of the focus away from the kit metas, and it gives the free-to-play players a little bit more opportunity to actually defeat the pay-to-win players. And ever since they removed that, the meta has been solely reliant on the absolute best kits, and another massive problem that I'm going to go into later in this video. Another thing that players are really divided on is the double enchant system that the Bedwars developers have added into the game. With the new enchant system, they made it so you could actually get double enchants, which sort of broke the meta a little bit. There were a ton of crazy combos that people were doing that would just completely break the game. And I don't think I mentioned this already, but they did also revert everyone back to 100 HP, so it makes killing people a lot quicker. The Bedwars developers acted really quickly and tried to balance out the game, just nerfing basically every single weapon in the game. However, I still feel like even after the changes, the time to kill on everything is just way too quick, and the enchants just make it so much worse. With the enchants, and especially the double enchants, it just makes the time to kill on every single weapon a lot quicker. And since everyone has 100 HP and the armor penetration on the enchants is pretty much instant, it just makes killing people super quick, especially for late game. Here is a short little snippet of Crystal Cream absolutely abusing this to the maximum and literally one-shotting players with this crazy new system that they've added into the game. I also do want to touch up on the live event, guys, because if you aren't already aware, when Season 9 dropped, there was no live event. And if you watched my leaks video on Season 9, you would have probably noticed that I did, in fact, mention Season 9 having a live event. That was just one of the things that I was wrong about, and I think I know what's happening to the live event if there is going to be one. The Bedwars developers have been teasing this live event or supposed live event for the longest time possible. They've been adding a bunch of different clues that hints towards some sort of desert-themed live event, and they've also got a ton of different leaks and kits related surrounding this live event. There has been so much stuff, yet nothing appears to be added into the game, and I have a theory as to why that is. Now, the live event probably is still happening. It still hasn't been confirmed or denied by the developers, and the live event is probably going to happen in a future update or for Season 10 of Roblox Bedwars. That is purely my prediction, of course. Obviously, I don't actually know the full truth. Only the developers know. Honestly, guys, let me know what you think about this live event that's going to be happening. I've probably shown a few leaks on screen of the live event right now, and it does seem to be pretty promising. It would be really cool if Bedwars would do another live event or something like that, because I'm pretty sure the last live event they did, they had peaked in players. I think Bedwars got like 330,000 concurrent players, and I think that was Bedwars' absolute peak. And if you guys do want to get yourself a free Season 9 Battle Pass, let me tell you a little secret that I have going on this channel. So if you guys have subscribed and liked this video and you're early to my videos, comment your username down below and I may potentially slide you guys a season pass. I'm giving my subscribers that are early to my videos a free season 9 battle pass. So if you are early to my videos, as I said earlier, drop your username in the comments and I might give you guys a battle pass. Anyways, enjoy the video. I also want to touch up again on another massive problem with season 9, and I did touch up on this a little bit at the beginning of this video, but the time to kill is just way too strong, and the new Monarch boss really doesn't help with that. The Monarch boss basically gives you a 1% extra damage for every single kill that you get while you still have the effect. And what makes it sort of even worse is that the effect or slash the bonus that it gives you is a permanent buff. And you can get a really high damage percentage really quickly after capturing the Monarch a couple times. I think you can get like up to 30% extra damage or something like that. And on top of that, you can also get like the Titan boss enchant effect, which gives you an additional 40% damage increase. To be honest, I really don't think the developers should have touched the health. I think 150 HP was fine. Every PvP fight right now feels really unrewarding. It feels really difficult to actually kill more than one person because 1v2s are basically impossible now. I feel like during Season 8, when they had the Forge and they had like multiple weapons and 150 HP and even like almost 300 HP at one stage, when you max out the Forge, when you max out the Armory Forge, you basically get 300 HP. I feel like that really balanced out the damage scaling at the end game, since a lot of people at end game are going to have like Emerald Swords, Emerald Armor, Headhunter, enchants, crossbows, all of that sort of stuff. And having 300 HP at the later stages in the game, it made the PvP fights feel just long enough to where they didn't feel dragged out. Having two bosses in the game that actually increase the damage that you do just sort of kind of breaks the whole PvP system. All you have to do is just kill the two main bosses in the game and you'll have a massive advantage over everyone else, no matter what gear they have. And since everyone is just stuck using the regular sword, there is absolutely no diversity in weapons, so it is purely dependent on what kit your opponent is using. If your opponent is using a really good PvP kit, he is going to have a much better advantage over you if you're using a mobility kit, a resource kit, or just anything that isn't a PvP kit. A very strong example of this is the Airy kit. This kit gives you a damage multiplier for every single kill that you get, and since everyone is stuck with the sword now, damage is really a big factor, because no longer do you have to consider what weapon your opponent is using, since everyone has the exact same weapon now and the same health. So it's just a matter of gear and what kit they're using, which I don't think is a very fair way of going about Bed Wars. Kits for Season 9 are also something very interesting I want to talk about as well, because I feel like some players are putting a little bit too much of a high expectation on the developers to constantly produce brand new ideas for kits. Now, I will be honest with you guys, the kits that they added this season probably aren't too groundbreaking. I mean, we have the Kickboxer kit. I had tried out all the kits for myself. Shout out to Mod Plays for giving me an account with all of the new kits on it. I had tried out all the new kits, and to be honest, I wasn't really too amazed. I think the only kit that really stood out to me was the Yumi kit, or whatever it's called, the cat kit where you can climb up all the walls and stuff like that, and the Slime Lady kit. Besides that, I don't think the tier 50 kit is very good. It's pretty underwhelming, and it is very difficult to actually aim with the blocks. The one cool thing about it though is that you do get a damage reduction, but a really cool thing that I did like about the tier 50 kit is that you do get a damage reduction for every single time that you get hit, which I think is pretty cool. It's a unique feature and definitely is one of a kind.